I really like the house and can see us raising our family here. It has everything we wanted and more. I am a little confused about the disclosure though. This box is checked saying there's no knowledge of lead paint, but what does that really mean?
This is a very common scenario. Let's talk with a few experts in the field to clear up the confusion about the disclosure of information on lead-based paint. They'll help us understand what the disclosure really means so you're informed about the potential of lead exposure and can make an educated decision about renting or buying a home built before 1978.
Whether you're renting or buying an older home, there are a couple of things about the transaction you should know. First, if the home is built before 1978, the seller or landlord is legally required to give you an EPA-approved information pamphlet on identifying and controlling lead-based paint hazards, called Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home, and disclose any known information concerning the presence of lead-based paint or lead-based paint hazards in the home or building. One thing many buyers and renters find confusing is on the disclosure form, the seller or landlord can check a box that indicates that they're not aware of any known information about the presence of lead-based paint or lead exposure hazards. Many people mistake this to mean there's no lead-based paint. However, this is not the case. It just means they've never had the paint tested before.
Lead is very dangerous to young children and anyone who's pregnant. You'll want to know where any lead paint is located so you can take the steps to prevent exposure and reduce any potential harm, especially if you have young children or you're planning to start a family or expect to take on some home improvement projects while you're living in the home. If the seller or landlord has ever had the property inspected for lead, then they're required to tell you, the buyer or renter, of any known lead-based paint. There's just one problem. Many sellers and landlords never have their property tested for lead, so technically they can check the box on the form indicating they have no knowledge of lead-based paint and/or lead-based paint hazards. If you're looking to buy or rent a home built prior to 1978 and you see the box checked that says no knowledge of lead-based paint and/or lead-based paint hazards, assume all painted surfaces contain lead-based paint until testing proves otherwise. This is the best way to keep your family safe. As a home buyer, you have a 10-day period to conduct a paint inspection or risk assessment for lead-based paint or lead-based paint hazards. This inspection is different and separate from the home inspection required by the lender and typically costs a couple $100 extra. I encourage everyone buying a home built prior to 1978 to have a lead inspection conducted before buying so they know exactly what they're getting into with their investment. Whether buying or renting an older home, get the facts about lead-based paint hazards. If buying, hire a professional to conduct a lead paint inspection, even if you're told there are no known lead paint hazards. If renting, learn how to identify, control, and report potential hazards. Visit leadfreekidsnh.org for more information.